Switching gears real quickly. We just had the press conference with Canelo and Crawford. You
Mm.
stepped in the ring. You fought Canelo. Talk to me about that. What was it like when you faced him?
So fighting Canelo at 154,
Yeah,
he as a young kid, I think he was 21, 22 years old. He had a lot of experience, I should say. He had a lot of boxing experience at his
had like
age. And
40,
I
50
was,
fights.
huh?
He had 40 or 50 fights at that point, right?
450
21.
fights, but not just that. I'm talking about experience as far as knowledge about being in the ring, like
Oh, okay.
experience.
Okay.
Like veteran experience. Like he
Yes, yes.
knew how to counter, he knew how to block and counter, knew how to do different things. So it wasn't
Absolutely.
like he was just an ordinary fighter. And I was like,
Yeah.
and fighting him, I'm like, wow, he actually knows how to get away from stuff. He knows how to counter. He knows how to trick shots up and say he knows how to do stuff. And for a young kid. So
Yeah.
and that was at 154. That was a long time ago. So now, he goes to 160. He's fighting all these, Golovkins, all the guys, and then he goes 168, fight a lot of guys, then going to 175, a little too big, but not back down to 68. And a lot of times, like even for me, going to 54, it slows you down.
Yes.
It slows down your the way, and it can take away some of your power too. I remember, and this is something I remember. When I fought Canelo, like my punching power was good, my speed was pretty decent.
Yeah.
I had some things that wasn't all the way where I could have been. I could have been a lot better, but then I sparred with him. I sparred with him right after that fight. Actually, I'm healed up a little bit better. Everything's better with
Yeah.
me. And Canelo said to me, or his coach, no, Canelo said to me, he said, you're a lot better at 147. You're faster. You get harder, and you're better at 47. And I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, yeah, you just don't know that I had some stuff happen to me, but I thought that I could still beat him because he was young. But he, but
Yeah.
but but he acknowledged that I was actually better at a lighter weight than when I fought
Wow.
him at 54.
Wow.
So
That's
that
incredible.
lets me know that, but fighting at your natural weight, you're actually um, a better fighter. Like when you go up in weight, I think Jamal Charlo or Jamel Charlo was telling Crawford too. Like when you move to 168, you're gonna slow down. You're not gonna be
Yes.
as fast. You're gonna be slow. You're not gonna be more the way as much. It's gonna feel different. You're gonna feel like you're getting tired quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you have extra weight, so you have to deal with that. And it being the first time you ever go up into that type of weight class, that could be a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the first time that you're entering 168. You've been in the 154 one time. You've been in the 47 your whole career. 154 one time, and then you go to 168. Like it's kind of hard.
It's
And
difficult.
I okay, I take nothing away from Crawford because I know Crawford, he's a great fighter and he's capable of fighting a guy like Canelo on that mental level or on that stage. Like he is they are compatible when it comes to their skill level. If you understand,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, right? They're compatible with that. They both have knowledge about the sport. They're both, veterans of the sport.
Yeah.
So the difference is going to be is the weight. Crawford might not believe that right now, but he will when he gets in the ring. The difference is the weight. The weight is if there's a 154, it would be a good little scrap. That would be more of an even fight if Canelo was still 54 back in the day. Maybe that would be like an even fight to me.
Yeah.
But now that Canelo's been at 68, 75, he's been 60 for a long time. I mean, he's been fighting at this weight class for a long time. It's not like he just got there.
Yeah. He's comfortable.
He's comfortable. And he's going, I'm saying he's fighting 68, which is really more of his weight class than 75. So now, man, I mean, it's going to be very hard for Crawford to do something. I mean, to get something done, which he can because they have the height and all that stuff. But it's going to be
Yeah.
so hard, and I just can't see it. I mean, anything can happen because it's a fight, and you can never count anybody out. Never. Crawford's very strong physically. He has great physical strength,
Yes.
natural strength. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I was able to move to 54 and go up different weight classes to be able to work with, let's say, like Fernando Vargas, whoever else that was a 54.
Yeah.
But naturally, I'm really a 47 pounder. I think more so Crawford naturally was a 47 pounder and maybe can grow at 54 because he's a little bit bigger, but
Yeah.
68, yeah.
It's
And
kind of heavy.
you need some time to be there. If you haven't fought like one or two times there where we can kind of see, measure, I mean, yeah, I don't
It's kind
know.
of hard.
I don't know if I can see that. But like I said, this is what we paying to see, and this would make great fights. If Sugar Leonard went up and fought Marvin Hagler and a few others, and so Tom
Danny
Hearns,
Lalonde,
everybody,
right?
yeah, Tom
Leonard and
Hearns,
Danny Lalonde, 175.
down the line, you know what I'm saying, went up to 75 fought. So, I mean, things happen, but he had to put quarters or something in his pockets. You know, he didn't go all the way up there, but he went
Yeah.
up as far as he could.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So, I mean, anything is possible. But down the line is nowhere like a Canelo.
No, no, absolutely not.
You
Not,
know what I'm
not on the
saying?
same, not on the
So,
same level. But do you feel that Canelo obviously he's a better fighter since the time you faced him. But has he improved that much? What do you think?
I think that he's improved a lot. Okay, so I think the skill levels probably are on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The skill levels are on the same page.
Yeah.
But I think that what's taken away from Terrence Crawford is going to be the weight class. It's going to be the weight. It's going to be the weight because he's never fought there before. And then
Yeah.
we see him going to 54. Majimov is pretty good, but what's going to beat Majimov too? So, I mean, Ortiz, it was Ortiz. Ortiz beat what's his name? Majimov.
Yeah. 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 He just beat Madrimov. Yeah.
Yeah.
Virgil
So
Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz. So he just beat Majimov too. So it's not like, Majimov is some big killer or whatever, right? And then you go to 68 where Canelo's fighting and beating Triple G and Kovalev and all these and then you're gonna jump from there to 54 to 68, 47, 54.
It's difficult.
That's my big thing. That's my
Yeah.
big thing is that yes, they're probably even in talent, but there's different circumstances for this.
Definitely, definitely. Now, Shane, you faced him. What are some of the sneaky tricks that Canelo does that Crawford should be aware of, you think?
Well, Canelo's a very quick counterpuncher. And
Uh,
that's where you notice that even with the fighters right now, they'll run around, run away from him, whatever. But then when they start fighting him, that's when they get caught. When they start trying to fight back, because there has to be a point in the fight where you're gonna fight.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You have to sit there and
definitely,
fight
yeah,
a couple. There's gonna be a point where you have to fight. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna get touched, and that's when things. That's when they either get knocked out or things happen differently when they stop. Now, I know that Crawford's not a runner. He's not a mover. He's a fighter.
yes,
His mentality is a fighter. So he doesn't know how to do that. I mean, he can do a little bit, but he can't do it 12 rounds. He's not going to be
yeah,
around the ring for 12 rounds. There's going to be a point where he's going to have to fight a couple of
it's
times
gonna be difficult.
because he's a fighter.
Yes,
And that's why we all like Crawford because he can fight. He's a fighter. That's we like his mentality. He's a fighter,
yes, yeah,
right? So that's why he's getting paid that big money. So it's gonna be that time, and we're gonna see what happens when that time happens where they gotta sit there and throw some real punches.
definitely. Crawford, I think he has too much dog in him. Do you think that could go against him because he's such a competitive person and he wants to show you that he's more man than you, and he'll go and stay in the pocket and go with Canelo, or should he just
All
follow the
that.
Floyd?
That's why I say what I say about Canelo being because he's a dog, and I and Crawford continue to be that dog and believe in yourself and try to get that knockout because you never know, you might hit Canelo right on the chin and he go down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you might get
yeah,
that shot, boom, boom, knock him on the chin. So yeah, believe in yourself. Go for that knockout because yeah, it can happen. It can happen just like it can happen for him. So
yeah,
yes, go for the knockout, go for that, and you have all the ability, all the skills, just like he do. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be realist to whatever the boxing thing is. I believe that Canelo's too big, but at the same time, I also think that Crawford believing in himself, believing what he can do, how he can hit. He has two hands, two gloves, and he's just as smart and knowledgeable as Canelo is too. So anything can happen.
Definitely. Shane, what would be your advice to Crawford to win this fight?
My advice to Crawford is probably to stay on your stick. You know what I'm saying? Keep the punches long range. Trying to not to be in the pocket too much. Because if you're in the pocket, that's when Canelo's gonna be able to catch you. But I'm not saying like that, and that doesn't mean moving around the ring like you have to jump around the ring. That means just not being in the pocket too long because Canelo's very fast. He's faster than what you would think. I'm gonna say
So
that.
like two punch combinations, get out of there, stick and move. Don't stay in the pocket for three punch combinations.
No, you can do three punch combinations, but meaning keep the jab always out there. Keep long range punches always out there. If you kind of like what Bivol did, you know, if you keep your
Yeah,
long range punches, then you'll be all right. You know, long range. But if you when you start trying to get in there and trade heavy blows, that's when you're gonna be in trouble. But if you stay smart, you know, with your boxing skills, then um, things can be, you know, these could be difficult for Canelo to respond, and you'll be able to, you know, hopefully you can be able to get through the whole fight, you know, do your thing, touching them and make them respect your power, and yeah, you'll be maybe outpoint him or something. Maybe we can knock out. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen with if you hit him on the chin, you hit him on the chin. He got power and speed. Anything can happen.
and a punch
So
that they don't see coming, right?
yeah, I mean, it's the punch they don't see coming. Like anything can happen. You can actually catch him, or whatever. I'm just saying, like for me, I don't see it because of him being there for so long. But what I'm saying is, anything can happen, especially that's why we want to see the fight because what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like and like you have the doubters, like myself, doubting that this can happen, but this can happen. Like you can actually, get that shot in some kind of way, like a trick shot or something, and it can
Yeah,
actually turn your way. So, I'm just in my mind saying realistically, he's too big. He's got speed, has power. He's just as smart as you are and knowledgeable as you are. But on the other hand, anything can happen. So,
definitely. And so what would be your what'd you say?
huh?
Oh, I thought you said something. I'm sorry. But
No, I'd say, well, okay, what?
so if Crawford was to be successful and beat Canelo Alvarez, where would you rate him among the greats? Is he a top 10 fighter of all time? Being that he moved up all those weight classes, I believe it's 5 or 6 weight divisions.
It's kind of, you know what? It's hard for me to like.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to say, oh, this guy's better than because there's always somebody for somebody, right?
yeah. Styles make fights here again.
It's always somebody for somebody. Like they'll have me way above Vernon Forrest as far as rating, but Vernon Forrest was a great fighter, and
Yeah,
yeah, he had something for me. They have me above Oscar, but Oscar beat so many great fighters.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm a great fighter too as well. I know I'm
yeah.
great. I know I
You
could
are
be
great.
a lightweight champ. I beat all 8 title fights by knockout. I mean, I did a lot of great things, but there's a lot of great fighters.
Just one thing, I didn't want you to take that Winky Wright fight back then. I didn't want you to take that fight. But was that your ex-wife that she made you take that fight, or was it
No,
you
no,
or
no. I went to the fight.
I know because
Nobody.
I know you're a fighter. You're gonna fight everybody. I know that, Shane. But I
No,
just
no,
didn't
no,
want you
no,
to
no,
moving
no.
up.
No, this is a Terrence Crawford thing.
Yeah.
This is Terrence Crawford with Canelo. No,
Yeah.
I'm taking that fight because you say he's bigger. He's big. He's bigger than me,
You want the
and
challenge.
I want the challenge. And not only that, like I didn't have to fight him, right? But people didn't give him a chance. I
Yeah.
was 54. I was 47, but I went to 54. They didn't give him a chance. It's like, you know what? I didn't get a chance. They didn't give me a chance when I was lightweight. I had to fight my way all the way up to get to fight for Oscar.
But you look
I'm
so
gonna get. I'm,
sensational
I'm gonna
against
give
Oscar.
this man. I'm gonna give this man a chance. because he didn't get a chance. Vernon Forrest, he wasn't getting a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance. See these fights, but you gotta pay me. I don't know. I got maybe 2 million. Somebody to fight Vernon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Vernon was a harder fight probably than Mayweather and Oscar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was a harder fight, but yes, I got paid way more money to fight them guys. And I
Definitely.
just, all right, let's fight. I was
Because
just that
you'll
type of
fight
person.
anyone. I know.
Yeah,
You're a warrior.
I'll
You're a
fight anyone,
warrior.
but because they deserve it. Not I want to fight anyone just
Okay.
to fight them, but they deserve to have that fight. They deserve
Okay.
to fight for the world title. They deserve to have their time in the sun to shine.
Yeah.
And I wasn't afraid to put myself out there to fight all these different people. I don't care because I wasn't trying to just keep an I jump over there, trying to keep an O. I was 38-0 with 35 knockouts at one time.
Yes.
You said the same, so I wasn't trying to just keep an O. I was trying to fight everybody and give everybody the opportunity that I didn't get. You understand? So when they
Definitely.
got the opportunity, and as a result, Winky went and fought Trinidad, won. You know what I'm saying? Did great and fought. Bernard Hopkins He fought a lot of great fights because of that
Yeah.
after him fighting me.
Absolutely.
He get a shot, and you know what I'm saying, get him a shot. Vernon Forrest as well. You know what I'm saying? Got a chance to do his thing and got his name out there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I remember fighting Raul Marquez. I didn't fight Raul Marquez. He was on the
Yeah.
Olympic team with me, but I fought him. There's so many people. I fought so many people. And
You
that's what
fought
it said,
everyone. You
Shane.
fought everyone. That's why everybody loves you, Shane.
That's why I love it. They said they're like, man, you fought everybody. Because I wasn't afraid to fight him. And I didn't even fight for the money like I was supposed to get. I could have got way more money to fight different people. But I just said, you know what, let's go. Let's do
Yeah.
it. You want to fight? All right, let's go. Let's go. So we have to bring that back. Even though the Turk
Definitely.
is giving money to people to fight, hundreds of millions of dollars over that's great. But
Yeah.
when he gives you $100 million, give you $10 million, give you $20 million, whatever it give you, I mean, you best go out there and fucking put everything out there. Don't be playing around like. I mean, be happy that you're getting paid that type of money. And when you get paid that type of money, man, you better damn near die in that ring. Shit.
I hear you. They better go to war. Give
Come
me my
on,
money's
man.
worth.
Come on.
They get paid too much now. But you think making the ring smaller will help help the person not be able to run?
Well, it will make the fight more. The fighters fight more.
Yes.
Um, I think that might be a good because that's why I worked out in small rings, 50 by 15, 16, 17 by 17, whatever. And then you have to just move and duck better. You can't just run away
Yeah.
around too far. So I think that might be a better idea to make the rings smaller if you want to get better fights.
Okay. So
And you get guys who have better skills too, because they have to really learn how to like really duck side to side moves, and back and forth or whatever. I think it's foot movements all stuff will be better. So I think that might be a good idea to make the ring a little bit smaller, so that way they can't go way out there. But at the same time, you have to judge if you have heavyweights, because you don't have a heavyweights, and because that might be too small for heavyweights. So let's say
yeah,
the weight classes, you will have the ring size for the different weight classes.
that makes
That
sense.
make,
That's why they gotta hire you. Turkey got to get you in to
yeah,
help
hey, come
help
on,
out with
man.
this
I
boxing.
love boxing. I'm trying to tell you how to do this.
Definitely, they need you, man, and they need you to teach these young fighters too. Give them tips and all that because they need that old school, that old school wisdom that you have.
It's a mentality. That's what not just for fighting. It's an old school mentality for all sports. The
Yes,
mentality was different in all the sports. And that's why they had better excitement in these games or in these sports or whatever. There's more excitement because it was just like the hunger was different.
definitely,
So
absolutely. Well, Shane, final prediction for the Canelo Crawford fight. How do you see that going?
I told you already. I think Canelo's too big for him, but anything's possible.
How does it happen though? How does it happen? Is it a decision, knockout, what?
I get okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't see this fight on either side happening as a decision. So if Crawford's going to win, he is going to have to win by a stoppage, and if Canelo wins, he's going to win by stoppage. That's the type of fight these two people are.
Okay. That's it.
Canelo's not a mover. He's not going to be doing all this. I don't think. I mean, Crawford's not a mover. He's not going to be doing all that. You know, he's going to move. And he's going to slip, slide, be technical, and try to do stuff. But the main thing is he wants to get a knockout. He wants to get a stoppage. He wants to make a statement. He wants to prove something.
Yes, it's true.
He wants to prove something. So it's not going to be him, you know, the outpointing, because that's not good enough. And Canelo, he thinks Crawford's too small, and there's no way he can go a distance with him. So he thinks he needs to stop him too. So he's going to be, you know, putting his stuff in. So I think this is going to be a great fight, and I congratulate Crawford on the hundreds of millions of dollars he's getting, and Canelo. I congratulate both of them. Only thing that I say to both of them is give it everything. Put your heart out there and make this the best event ever for the money that you're getting ready to get paid.
Definitely, I agree with you, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I hope they go to war and they let it all on the line, and may the best man win that fight.
And may the best man win. And you know what I'm saying? We could talk about it for years to come. And yes, and this will be one of the historical bouts that everybody thinks it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. One of those legendary nights.
That's right.
One of your type of nights.
That's right. That's right.